Now I can tell when Shelley is excited about creating a new recipe. And this is for the PH Fun Food Show. You've got the baked falafel fritters.
Fritters, yes. This recipe I created a long time ago. It's in Back to the House of Health 1, and it's on page 92. So we're going to go really quickly to tell you that you need a food processor. All major food processors come with this great thing called an S blade. S is for Shelley. So there's your Shelley blade, okay? And it will slice and dice and do all your chopping for you, which is nice. So we're just going to be adding things into the Cuisinart to mix up the batter, and it's going to be a very thick batter for the falafel fritters. So I'm going to start with parsley.
You know what I'm going to do for you?
And cilantro.
I'm going to tilt the bowl.
You're going to tilt the bowl.
So that everybody can see the delightful
Right. So we got fresh parsley.
Yes.
And we're going to stick that in. And then we have fresh cilantro. So what a nice combination. Chlorophyll rich. Okay. And we're going to be using
garbanzo beans.
Some garbanzo beans and also a little bit of red onion. We're going to save some of the red onion for the garnish and the presentation after this dish. Now I want to talk to you about how I was creating this dish. You know, a lot of people, when they go off meat, they need dishes that are very hearty, that course through the body a little bit slower. So this might be considered a transitional recipe in that it's cooked food. So if you're a purist or a raw foodist, this recipe would be not on your best list. But if you're somebody who's transitioning off of meat and dairy foods and cheeses and things like that, but you need something hearty that will stick to your ribs, this recipe is for you. If you have a husband who's not quite convinced yet that this is the way to eat and he doesn't feel like he can give up his meat, make this recipe for him. I'm putting in black-eyed beans right now into the hopper.
So if you're from the South, you're going to like those beans.
That's right. And then we have our chickpeas, garbanzo beans, high in protein, you know, a staple there in the Indian dishes. And that's how we make the fritter, is with those beans. They hold everything together. And then we've got some green chilies. Make sure you take the seeds out of those and destem those, because this is the heat.
How do you take
You do it with a little carving knife, a little paring knife, and you can see that we don't have any of the seeds or any of the stems in here. It's just the chili pepper by itself. I'm going to only add a few of those because you can always add more heat later. And we're going to add lime juice, fresh lime juice.
You know, I bet some of the ladies at home who might be watching would be in love with your nails. That's an amazing manicure you've got there. What do you call that?
Yeah, these are called seashell nails. They actually have pieces of mylar in there. They catch the light. I like things that catch the light.
Beautiful.
So,
and you've caught the light.
Ah,
you shine your light, Shelley Young.
Thank you very much.
All right, your lime is being
squeezed.
Yep.
We do our best. Okay, so that we've got that, and we're going to turn on the food processor. Got to get our lid on first. Lock down in so it's safe, so a child couldn't put fingers down in. And we're just going to pulse chop. So I'm going to bounce my finger on this lever to kind of move the mixture up and over and keep cutting it. But we don't want it to stick to the sides.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
It says on, and then that side says off pulse.
Off pulse. I'm using the pulse side right now just to kind of mix up the mixture and cut through it without spreading it out to the sides where it will stick. So once we get that more wet mixture mixed up like that, then we start to add millet flour. And millet is very, very high in vitamin E. Very, very high. And it's a good tiny little teeny seed grain type of element that we put in this to thicken it up and make the batter of the falafel fritter. So now you're going to notice that the batter will get thicker, and I'm going to have to stop every once in a while here. We'll leave it on, and I'm going to have to possibly stop and scrape down the sides, but we'll see how it goes. So you can see that mixture is getting really nice and thick, but it's still moving. That's how you want it to be. Okay, so little time in there. We can remove the S-blade. Very, very thick, because we're making fritters.
I'm glad you explained the off pulse, because I didn't know whether you had to take your pulse at that point.
Right. Okay. So we're going to put this into our bowl and see how thick it is.
You do that well, Shelley.
Yeah.
You've done
Just
that before,
let 'em
like
have
putting
it.
the porridge in there.
That's right. We're feeding the army sometimes,
This
you
is
know?
a healthy.
So we gotta
This is a healthy
have a lot of
fritter.
grub around here.
Mm-hmm.
So then we're going to take these fritters and dollop them onto our cookie dish.
Oh, can I do all of that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
you can
little
do that.
shakes?
Just take the,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. I'm making some big dollops. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
of
those
you-
are big
Some
fritters.
of you like big fritters. I know. I can tell a big fritter person. That's fun. This is also fun to do with the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, really fun.
Now, what you're doing now is getting the lettuce
Yeah.
and tomato together.
I'm getting them ready to make our falafel fritters, and they're housed in, you could use a butter lettuce leaf, you could use a cabbage leaf. It wouldn't really matter, but
I don't
nice
want to
job.
brag, but I think I'm shaping up some wonderful fritters here.
yeah, those are beautiful fritters. It's time for you to hit the kitchen, man.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm actually enjoying this a
I
lot.
think he's got it.
I think I've got it, by George. I've got my fritters. Wow.
Yeah, that's nice.
Isn't this good?
Yeah, very nice.
Are these good sizes?
Beautiful.
I'm going to add this one.
Now you'll put those into an oven at 350 and bake them for about 15 minutes.
Shelley, great news.
Hey!
The fritters are here. Look at that.
Baked falafel fritters. Wow, those look nice. Good frittering.
Are we putting some...
Yeah, so this is how we're going to dress the baked falafel fritter. You're going to take it off of the cookie sheet. Here. It's all warm and nice and good. We'll do a couple of them. We'll do a smaller one.
Can I taste something, Shelley?
Yeah.
I am willing to taste this.
You are.
For you who are watching. That's the kind of selfless person that I am.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yes.
Okay, we want a little bit of color and we want some moisture because the baked falafel fritters are baked and they're very, very hearty. Now we're going to put on our tofu tahini sauce. This is really nice.
The last time I had a falafel,
No.
anything with falafel, was in Israel.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
a country that I love.
Yeah. You know, in Israel, they had alkaline breakfasts. They had, you know, cucumber salads and beautiful vegetable dishes on their breakfast buffets. And so we always thought that was interesting that they were way ahead of the game. Why don't you give that a try and tell us how you like it?
I'm only willing to do this because I love you guys who watch.
Oh, no.
That's the only reason. Oh my goodness.
Is it good?
I went to heaven. And I'm still here.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, baked falafel fritters.